gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, welcome to the WMRC World Marble Racing Circuit. I am your nobody, yes that's right, I am your nobody, and welcome to Japan Cup Series 1, our first major of the year. We have 9 teams that entered today and we're going to put them all on the screen for you to see. I'll have a wiki ready for you guys in the future, having all the teams and their logos. So first up, the Fuji Crimson Conflagration, the Crimson Insurgency, the Golden Scarabs, Purple Rain, Ebony Outlaws, Ivory Angels, Team Cosmos, Apricot Drift, and finally, the Generic Racing Division, also referred to as the GRD. All of them will be looking for gold. So for Japan Cup, we have 7 places that we're going to be going to. We have Tokyo, which will have 4 tracks, Sapporo, which will have 3, Osaka with 3, the Iga Prefecture will have 2, Sendai will have 3 tracks, Kyoto will have 4, and Yokohama will have 2 as well. So with all that in mind, we're about to go to the field and talk about Criminal Way, since we will start in Osaka. Alrighty, so we are live. So to get started, we have 3 courses in Osaka that we're going to be doing today. Well, we'll be doing for the first portion of the league. We have, as you all can see, Criminal Way. Next up, the Food Mark Run. And then after that, on the third one, we're going to have the Pride of Osaka, our first mosh pit level that we're going to be hitting. Also, as you all can see, we had our opening bit over here, and if we zoom out a little bit more and go a little bit more over here, we have our podium over here. This will be the winner. This will be representing the winner of the entire Osaka, and will be taking home the coveted the Osaka medals for Japan Cup. So, that being the case, let's get this party going. So, while we get ourselves prepped up, I want to show you Criminal Way. So, Criminal Way is an interesting persuasion here. So, as we're going to get this party going over here, we are going to literally jump in and bring in the Globetrotters. Our Globe team here will be showing off the track. As you all can see, you can catch out everything. Nope, that's not how we're going to do that. Redo that. We're going to redo that. Hold on. They got a little bit too antsy. A little too antsy for their liking. Alright, we got the pause. We're going to just use them again. Line them up. Here we go. And you can take a look at them while we get ourselves set up. As you all can see, this is going to be the track and how it's going to be. They got the bridge to take care of. And again, the Yakuza loop will be incoming. So bear that in mind. Also, we'll be trying to do different views all the way across the board as we get started. Let's see, our opening teams from what we're looking at right now will be the Ivory Angels. The Ivory Angels will be the first ones coming up in the bid. Leo will be representing the first one. Team Cosmos will also be coming in on our very first race as well. So for Team Cosmos, we're going to be looking at Vesta, making the rounds as we continue to look on with the loops and make sure everything's good to go. And there's your winner right there. The third team joining in will be the GRD, and that will be represented by Jane. So Jane in pod number 1. Pod number 2 will be as follows. For the Fuji Crimson Conflagration, we have Sakura Blaze. So Sakura Blaze will be coming in there. Also, the Golden Scarabs will be also in the midst as well. So with the Golden Scarabs, I'm getting word. It is going to be a Not Hakan. So a Not Hakan will be in the midst for this one. And looks like Purple Rain will be taking the last spot for pod number 2. Purple Rain, no stranger to danger here, and they will be bringing out Violet Tanner as expected, coming in from their camp.
So, and finally, on pod number 3, the Chaos Insurgency. They'll be represented by Alpha. So Alpha will be coming in, not the team captain. The Ebony Outlaws. So the Ebony Outlaws will not be going up, will not be taking on Team Cosmos as of yet. So the Ebony Outlaws will be represented by, it looks like there's some talks. Yes, Astro Black will be taking the call here. So Astro Black will be joining us in. And finally, we now have Apricot Drift. And yes, it is confirmed. For Apricot Drift, it will be Kale Hart joining in. And she will make up the final one for our first pod. So, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, stay tuned. We are going to get started with our races momentarily. Alrighty, everybody. As you all can see, standing at the starting line, 3 laps of non-stop mayhem and chaos. We have Leo, Vesta, and Jane. On the starting gong, we are on. And it starts. Opening up the bid right now will be Jane, followed by Leo, and then finally Vesta, making up the rear. Going through, getting into the bridge. The bridge is falling off. Oh my god! Two members immediately fall off the bridge! Holy smokes, that is definitely not where we want to go here. All that Vesta needs to do is literally, and I mean quite literally. Wait, hold on. Alright, so we did get a false start. 2 members on the bridge due to some accidents and some hazards going onto the road. We will make that a false start. We're going to restart the course. Alrighty. We're going to restart here. Alrighty. So the false start was based off of what seems to be a accident going onto the bridge. Apparently one of the criminals, one member of the Yakuza, decided to not do their part for community service. So, bang of gong, we are on. And back at it again. So far at the opening bid, again, Jane, Vesta, Leo making up the rear. Here we go, going onto the bridge. They managed to knock it into the bridge this time, and no incidents this time around. So they got that mess cleaned up. And looks like Leo's in the rear, but Jane and Vesta currently fighting for first and second place. Right now, in each of the pods, the top 2 will advance on to the next round. Third in their pods will be racing for the 7th, 8th, and 9th scoring position after the first 3 races are done. Alright, looks like Jane and Vesta. Leo's making up the rear right now, not looking too good as the 2 are going in. Oh, Vesta takes the lead, going into Yakuza Loop. And oh no! Jane has taken a trip to the Yakuza Loop. She is going to be falling behind. Leo is now in a position to advance forward. Meanwhile, we have Vesta coming in, going into her second lap, going into the side, going into the heavy, into the bridge. And Leo still keeping forward. And in the rear, by a good 6 seconds from the leader, we have Jane. Looking at it from a bird's eye view right now, this is quite the length right now, but it's still anybody's game, still anybody's race, because guess what? The Yakuza Loop is still in the menu. So going up into the bridge, going into the second half of the bridge, or we're coming off the second half of the bridge. We have Vesta, Leo, and then Jane still making up the rear. Going into the next checkpoint, going out of the bridge. Looks like, a little bit of work coming in. Leo's making a statement. Leo's coming in. We'll check out what his time is. Yep, Leo has cut some time going into the Yakuza Loop. Same goals for Jane, and looks like Vesta made it through, and so did Leo. Leo is coming in fast. Leo is closing the gap, wanting to make his statement known. Top 2 will make it. And Leo is really about a second and a half behind. Vesta needs to hurry up and keep the lead going. Meanwhile, looks like, coming up in the rear is Jane. So Jane right now is looking pretty far back. She'll be playing for the 7th, 8th, and 9th if this keeps up. So Vesta continuing on into the loop, looking pretty good, looking pretty snazzy here. Still trying to hold that lead, taken away from Leo. Vesta getting her first victory here, putting on her record as her first place victory here. She's about to go with one more time, going through the Yakuza loop. Going through that left-hand bank. Oh, wait a minute. Leo's coming in fast. Leo is literally a second and a quarter going into Yakuza loop. And Vesta makes it through the Yakuza loop. And Leo does as well. So we do have our first two. Vesta will be advancing. Going through with a time of 3 minutes and 0.0676 seconds. Leo will be coming in second, so about a second and nearly a quarter behind. Meanwhile, unfortunately for Jane and the GRD, they'll be sitting in, playing for the 7th, 8th, and 9th place. Excellent work going into Vesta as she takes her victory lap. Vesta, after taking over Jane at the Yakuza loop, manages to hold firm. Jane could not manage to negotiate having to do a second lap. Leo also keeping up, actually having a slower start, still made it relatively close. So we're going to be right back momentarily to get our next two runners going through, our next 3 racers coming through. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, we are ready for the second race. We have, for the Fuji Crimson Conflagration, Sakura Blaze, Golden Scarabs, Anat Hakan, and on Purple Rain, Violet Tanner. So these runners are ready to go. Race is ready, and we're going to have fun here. On the Banger Gong, we are on. And they're off, with Violet in first, Anat in second, and Sakura coming up in the rear. Violet and Anat are current into the bridge really fast and really far hard. Oh God. Ooh! Violet says, no, you're not passing me. Take a step back. Widen her lead from Anat real quick. But it looks like Sakura is not going to take that line down. She's closing the gap. Literally less than half a second to separate all runners from first to last place. And it looks like Sakura's trying to make a move on Anat. Violet is still holding firm, going into the left-hand bank. Going into the right-hand bank. And about to make a left-hand bank right here. Oh, gets nailed, and Anat's closing the gap. Anat's here. Same with Sakura Blaze. Still less than a quarter of a second going into Yakuza loop. Let's see what happens here. And oh no! Violet is not going to make the cut. She is going to take a lap through, leaving Anat and Sakura to their devices, going into first and second place. So right now, Violet is going to be taking a lap. Looks like 2 laps at the rate this is going. Right now, it's Sakura and Anat. Anat in first place, Sakura in second place. All it requires to be the top 2 runners to make it into the next event, the next portion of the event. And Sakura, it looks like Violet is not going to be looking pretty good. Looking at an 11-second disparity here. It's going to take multiple trips to the Yakuza loop for her to make a comeback here. That's enough. Both runners, Anat and Sakura, still playing strong here. Sakura holding firm, hoping that she gets a chance at Chaos Insurgency's Alpha. Meanwhile, Anat have a lot to prove, showing that she's going to be the one to beat, maybe building a rivalry of her own. Going into Yakuza loop. Both Anat and Sakura are looking into Yakuza loop. Meanwhile, coming out of the bridge will be, oh no! Oh, both of them will be taking the Yakuza loop again! And that is just the thing needed for Violet to keep on through. And oh no! Sakura Blaze will be taking another lap through the Yakuza loop. And Violet is now taken in second place. Anat now currently in the lead after taking a stumble into Yakuza loop for a second lap. Right now, it looks like, this is gonna hurt. But it looks like Sakura Blaze might be playing for 7th. Looking at the disparity here, it is at an 11-second disparity from second and third place with a 4-second disparity from first and second. Violet needs to make a move and fast. Anat is running away with this one. Anat can afford a slight slip-up or a slower start going into the Yakuza loop. Going through the banks. So far, it looks like, yep, here we go. Violet needs to make a move here, and if she's going to make a move, now's the time. Anat going into Yakuza loop. And it looks like Violet is also going into the Yakuza loop. And it looks like Anat will be running away with this one. Anat advancing to the second round with an official time of 3:09.89. And oh no! Violet again taking another lap and takes another one! Going into the Yakuza loop. Sakura Blaze sneaks on in second place. And will be coming in. Oh boy, coming in approximately 10 seconds behind first place. Looks like a 320. And finishing up in the rear. Oh, so bad. 341.48 will be Violet. Take a look at a Knot. A Knot will be advancing on to the next round, as well as Sakura Blaze. Knot and Sakura Blaze both going through. Violet will be having to play for the 7th, 8th, and 9th spot to try to salvage what little she can in Osaka. So, moving on forward, we'll see you in the next pod. Hello everybody, welcome back. We now have our third pod going into the second event. So right now, we have Alpha for the Crimson Insurgency, Astro Black for Ebony Outlaws, and Kale Hart representing Apricot Drift. Two of these runners will be advancing to the next round. One will be taking a seat. So at the bang of gong, we are on. And they're off. And currently right now, Kale in first, Astro in second, and Alpha in third. Astro and Alpha is making moves. Oh, they're all coming in relatively close. Still under a second apart for all three runners. This is going to be a very tight and very close race looking forward here. It looks like currently right now we have Kale still holding firm against Astro. Alpha coming up in the rear, losing a little bit of ground here. And looks like Astro's about to make a move on Kale. She needs to watch herself. Kale, again. Astro still trying to make a move. Kale cutting off Astro's advance. We'll be going into the Yakuza loop first. And Alpha and Astro will be going into the Yakuza loop as well. Going into the Yakuza loop. All three of them going to make the loop. And here we go. Will Kale fall for the... Oh, Kale's going to be taking a lap. Oh, not what you want to see. Kale will be taking a second lap. Meanwhile, Astro and Alpha going to be going through. So, Astro going to be first. Alpha will be current in second. And, oh, the bad Yakuza loop right there. You hate to see it. The Yakuza loop claims another on a lap. Right now, looks like Astro is widening that lead on Alpha. Alpha needs to make a move and make a move past. Meanwhile, nearly 13 seconds behind the leader is going to be Kale. Kale bragging, showing that she could have done it. Now, those good vibes now turn to good despair. Alrighty, it looks like Astro and Alpha still holding firm. Astro got a bit of a lead right now going into here. Currently about hold on. Less than a second disparity from first and second place. Alpha tried to make a decision here. Won't be doing it good. And, Astro makes it through. And so does Alpha. So Astro and Alpha will still maintain going into the final lap. Going into the exclusive loop now will be Kale. Final lap. So far, going through the turns with blinding speed. Going back onto the bridge from Heavy. So, right now, barring a mishap from either one, Kale will be playing in from the rear. And will be playing for the 7th, 8th, and 9th spot. Looks like, looking good. Looks like Alpha is trying to hold firm and trying to catch to Astro. Astro still holding that lead, nearly 2 seconds ahead. Kale just getting onto the bridge. She's got her work cut out for her. And it looks like, Astro got a really good lead and doesn't even take the cut. He's going to extend that lead quite a bit. It looks like, Astro was almost a 3.5 second disparity. Now it's going to be cutting it close. Going out of the Yakuza loop. And, oh no! Both of them hit the Yakuza loop again. This opens the door. For Kale. Kale going into the Yakuza loop. And once again, no! Astro could not finish the job. And Kale will be sneaking in. Astro will be making it in. We'll be our first runner and our winner for the third peel. And the official time of 13:3:17:50:56. Kale coming in 12 seconds behind, and Astro will not be making the cut. So much problems, and then a double loop at the Yakuza lap. The Yakuza loop with 2 laps going. Astro's going to be cleaning himself, and Looks like the fans of the Outlaws are not approving of that blatant foul by Osaka Alpha. Alpha will be advancing, and so will Kale. Unfortunately, Astro will not be advancing. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, looks like we are in for the biscuit. Our 7th place matchup is now about to get started. Bang a Gong, we are on. Jane, Violet, Astro. Bang a Gong, we are on with Astro taking the lead. Jane in 2nd and Violet in 3rd. Winner here will be taking 7th place points. We'll still decide on how the points go in the Discord server, but we'll put the points on the board for all those there. So, that being the case, Astro still holding a bit of a lead. Still less than a second disparity. Hell, less than 3/4 of a second disparity between all 3 of our runners. And Violet making up the rear. No real advancement going in from Jane. Jane a bit timid after going through the Yakuza loop and actually stumbling there. Astro Black still maintaining that lead. And oh, there's a play right there. Both Jane and Violet trying to get through. Vesta not even in this race. And right now, they're all going into the Yakuza loop. And looks like Astro will be the first to go in. And oh, he's taking a lap. And oh my god! The dirty play here. Jane immediately getting bumped off by Violet. Violet is now taking the lead going out of the Yakuza loop. Astro and Jane will be coming out of that Yakuza loop. Astro bumbling into the Yakuza loop, having to take a second lap. Jane getting bumped out of the way by Violet to make her statement. She's in 3rd. So the fight for 2nd and 3rd is there. So 8th and 9th places, that's a fight for who is going to be the bigger loser. Meanwhile, Violet comfortably in the lead right now by at least 5.5 seconds. It looks like Astro is making a play here with Jane not too far behind. So right now, going hitting the bank again. Here we go. Once again, Violet, Yakuza loop. Going into the loop again. And into the Yakuza loop. She navigates through, so she will not be taking the Yakuza loop again. So this is the 2nd time she's managed to navigate through the Yakuza loop. Bird's eye view. And again, Astro fumbling on that one. Might have been a play going in from Jane to knock him in. So again, injustice for Black. Jane still playing firm, but 7 seconds out. Black is still very far behind, and now discombobulated into the Yakuza loop. It's gonna take a miracle for Black to come in 7th place. Here. Right now, Jane with a very comfortable lead. Outside of a mishap at the Yakuza loop, and once again, Black is literally just spinning the wheels, not getting out of that Yakuza loop. Finally out of the Yakuza loop. It's gonna be well into a minute and some change going out of the Yakuza loop. Going into the Yakuza loop for the final lap. 39 seconds out from 2nd place. This is all but done, and there goes Violet. Violet is gonna be our winner. Coming out of the Yakuza loop. And there it is, 301.773. And looks like Jane will be comfortably coming in 2nd place. So Jane will be taking 8th place. 7 seconds back. And 39 seconds off of the mark. Ugh, we hate to see it. Astro Black again, caused by great injustice here. Knocked off completely by Jane. And Jane getting knocked off by Violet. So it just comes to show no lead is safe, no race is honorable. And once again, 46 seconds from the leader. And there you go. Oof. You hate to see it. Violet will be taking 7th place honors. 8th will be Jane. And 9th place taking a miserable performance will be Astro Black. Let us get set up for our first of 2 winning pods. Alrighty, getting ready for our 2nd race, our first of 2 placements for the medal. We have Leo, Anat, and Kale. Winner here guarantees a spot, while the 2 losers are gonna have to fight for their lives. Here we go. And right out the gate, it seems like it's going to be Kale in the front. Leo in second and not closely contested in third. Gets knocked away by Leo. And Leo gets knocked away by Kale. Kale again with the dirty plays. Right now, was about a second after first checkpoint. Was about a second, about a little more than half a second. Now going in, looking like a full second, maybe a tad bit more. Kale's gonna do a not making a play though for Leo. Leo holding firm. Kale currently in the lead right now with a not and Leo coming up behind. And about almost a 2-second disparity. And almost 4 seconds. And Kale gets through and doesn't get caught with the trap. Neither does Leo and neither does the knot. So nothing changes going after one. So the Yakuza Loop doesn't claim these 3 runners. And Kale still holding the lead. Still a 2-second disparity. With a knot now losing ground, actually. A knot losing ground on Kale. Losing ground. And so is Leo. Kale is running away. Running wild. Right now, a knot and Leo are going to have their work cut out for them to catch Kale. There goes Leo and... wait. A knot's making a move. We're going to check out what a knot... Yeah, a knot is coming up strong. But they're going to need to do more. Because right now, Kale is still... And a knot is still trying to freaking press the issue. No good over there. Here we go. Kale going through the second time. Going through the Yakuza Loop. And it looks like it's going to be a 4-second disparity. Ooh, this ain't good. And less than a second going in. And there it is. And not, once again, good to go. A knot through. And no! Leo's going to take another lap. He is guaranteed out of this one. Kale is so far ahead right now with a knot literally 5.5 seconds behind. Leo just coming in and he's gonna have his work cut out for him. Nearly 15 seconds behind the leader, nearly 10 seconds behind the knot. So Leo's gonna have his work cut out for him. Kale is currently in the lead. Kale is looking like there is gonna be no hope. She is gonna be finalized. Wait a minute. A knot once again creeping up. A knot is creeping up. Kale better not screw up on the Yakuza Loop. If she screws up on the loop, a knot may well just steal this one. A knot coming in close. And going into the Yakuza Loop. A knot cuts at a second and a half. 3.5 seconds is what's the catch on. Oh no! Kale does not freaking get through the Yakuza Loop. And a knot will literally steal this. A knot will not be going home. No less than third place. And a knot fit. With Kale coming in second place. Oh, you ain't to see it. Kale had the lead. An overwhelming splendor and an underwhelming blunder. With third place going and you hate to see it. Leo will not be will have to fight for his life while a guaranteed to a knot Hakan will be looking firmly at a medal this day. And you hate to see it. You hate to see it. A knot. Starting out in third place, crept up, beat out on Leo, and then, wait a minute. It seems like the judges are questioning a knot. We're gonna see if there was any foul play here. We'll check the footage. Looking at the footage, it seems like the third. Nope. It looks like it's gonna be the second lap. They're reviewing the footage, and it's gonna stand. A knot will still advance. A knot is in. Golden Scarabs will be making their appearance. Unfortunately, Ivory Angels and Apricot Drift will be fighting for their lives. We'll be fighting to see if they can claim a spot in. We'll get set up for our third and final race going in. Alrighty, the race has been reset. We are ready to go. Team Cosmos, Fuji Crimson Conflagration, the Chaos Insurgencies, Vesta, Sakura Blaze, and Alpha. At the Banger Gong, we are on. And it goes through, and it looks like, coming out of the gate, it looked like Vespa had the early going, but Alpha shoved her out. with Sakura Blaze coming up in the rear. And it looks like, so far, Alpha is holding firm. Vesta and Sakura Blaze, though, not too far behind. Still less than a second. Still little less than a second convergence. And a little bit of a stumble from Alpha. Gives the opening gong to Vespa and Sakura Blaze. Sakura Blaze taking a stumble. Vespa still pressing the advantage. Still pressing the issue. Pressing. Oh, this is going to be a tight one. Pressing the issue. Still trying to find a way around that. And oh, look at that. Knocked away with the same shove. Vesta now taking over. And Sakura Blaze catching indecision from Alpha. And looks like, yes, both are going to go through. And, yep, looks like all three are good to go after one lap. Vesta currently holding the lead for Team Cosmos, while Sakura Blaze is coming in second place. Third place, not too far behind, will be Alpha for the Chaos Insurgency. And oh, here we go, a fast one going into the first one. And once again, a shove. Oh, and look at the impasse. Sakura Blaze is now taking the lead over Vesta. This is going to be tightly contested here. Going into the bridge. And looks like a little bit of time is being lost by Alpha. And oh, once again, Vesta pressing the advantage, pressing the issue. And right now, Sakura Blaze, wait a minute, Alpha's not done yet. Alpha's coming up close, coming up fast. Sakura Blaze does not have wiggle room to go and breathe here. Again, Vesta coming in. Vesta trying to do the same maneuver. Does not get through from Sakura Blaze this time. Sakura Blaze, wise to the method. Ooh, Sakura Blaze with a slight indecision. Vesta going into the Yakuza loop. And oh, knocked away. And oh, the knockaway did just enough to put her out of this. Oh, you hate to see it. Meanwhile, looks like looks like the race is on between two rivals. Sakura Blaze, Alpha, both companies hating one another right now. They are both going at each other, going into the bridge, coming out of heavy. Literally half a second behind. And it looks like Vespa's all but out of it. Going into the secondary portions of the bridge. It looks like, it is looking up. And oh my goodness! With a quick pass after a stumble from Sakura Blaze, Alpha has reclaimed the lead after taking a couple bad hits. Sakura Blaze is still trying to press the advantage, trying to press the issue here. And oh, knocked away, but in reverse, knocked back by Alpha. Sakura Blaze and Alpha literally half a second apart going into the Yakuza loop. And looks like the Yakuza loop negotiated by both. And oh my god, no! Sakura Blaze with a quick sprint passes through. Will be going in, closely contested. Oh, you hate to see it. Robbed by just a little bit of speed. Sakura Blaze will be joining a knot. And finally, you hate to see it. 306 for Sakura Blaze. Woo! Sakura Blaze and a knot are guaranteed in. Will be guaranteed in. Alpha and Vesta will be having to join Kale. Will be joining Kale and Leo for the fight for third place to see who will get in. So, we're going to get ourselves set up. Alright everybody, welcome back. Oh man, that was a good setup here. We're about to go and do this. Bang a gong, we are on. Leo, Kale, Alpha, and Vesta. Each of them have a place to claim here. The winner of this one here will continue onwards and will be joining a knot and Sakura Blaze. So, let's get these down real quick. We have this. A little bit of, right now we're just having a little bit of an interference, making sure that the roads are clear. Alright, looks like we got the caution light. Alright, caution has been upgraded to a green, gang. The bang of gong, we are on. And we're out there, and immediately, Vesta first, Kale second, third Leo, and fourth will be Alpha. And Leo trying to press the issue. Ooh, Leo gets blocked by Kale. Kale with the dirty tactics yet again. Vesta, though, still showing that her speed is not to be trifled with. But Kale's gonna make a play for it, not a prey. Alpha kind of distraught after that race, after being out of there. Still probably out of it. Same with Leo, and looks like Kale's making an issue. Kale is going to press the issue. Vesta, Kale, Leo, and it looks like still relatively decent apart. And looks like we got ourselves a race here. And here we go coming into the Yakuza loop, and oh no! Both of them are gonna stumble. Leo is gonna sneak on in with Alpha coming up behind, and Alpha using that same slingshot that got him lost the race, and him and Leo are now coming in first and second place. It looks like Kale in third, Vesta in fourth. Vesta and Kale both following each other's footsteps going into the Yakuza loop, taking the next lap. Looks like so right now the fight for first is currently up there. Leo, Alpha, both of them still in about a half-second disparity with a 5-second disparity for Kale to make a difference, and nearly an 8-second disparity going in for Vesta. Kale actually currently the 5-second disparity. My apologies. Action packed. And it looks like Leo is widening the lead a little bit, and it seems like Alpha can't make a move. Oh, wait a minute. Alpha's making a move. Alpha literally a second and a half behind. A second and a quarter behind, and going out of the Yakuza loop. And and there it is. There it is. Alpha finally making a play here. Will be taking over. And an extra lap. Kale is out of there. Kale will definitely be looking at 6th place. She will not be seeing medal gold today. Looks like Alpha is still holding strong, wanting to get a little bit of payback. He wants to get that payback, wants to get the salty run back against Sakura Blaze. And will be joined, and if he wins this, he'll be joined with a knot. So it looks like looks like the favorite is going to come in, and it's looking like it's going to be a bit of a play here. Leo is not letting that go. Leo's coming in close. Leo, by Alpha. No play there. Vesta still coming up on the rear. And here we go. Going into the Yakuza loop. One more time. Will it be the case? No! No good! Did not navigate the Yakuza loop right. And neither will Leo! And no! Single goal for Vesta. Vesta had a chance to steal it both ways. And unfortunately, a triple-double lap. Give it up. And jeez, you hate to see it. Leo robbed after a bad play. And same with Vesta. Meanwhile, Kale falls off the track. Kale that far back, she will not be finishing the course. You hate to see it. Caution lights on. Kale will not be making it. It looks like Kale might have stumbled. Looking at the paramedics right now. We're getting the call from the paramedics. Paramedics saying that she is okay. Kale will be out of commission at least for the next couple of days. But no major injuries. So, with that being the case, you hate to see it. 4th place. And then 5th place, the Chaos Insurgency will still be advancing. While, unfortunately, getting the revenge from Ebony Outlaws. No gold, no medal today for Team Cosmos. We'll be coming into the final momentarily. Alright, everybody. Welcome back for what seems to be the finale today. A knot. Sakura Blaze. Alpha. One of them will be taking home the gold. The other taking silver and bronze. Top honors is being in effect here. So, we have added one more lap for the final race. Going into Criminal Way. So, on the sound, at the bang of gong, we are on. Here we go. And immediately, Alpha takes up early going. Sakura Blaze in second with a knot in third. A knot is no stranger to being playing in the back. So a knot, and here we go again. A knot, once again, sliding in fast. She's gonna be a contender to beat with, as she can sneak up out of absolute nowhere. Alpha still holding firm, and ooh, a block by Sakura Blaze to keep a knot out of there. And looks like the beef is going up in first place with a knot comfortably coasting in third place, but you can never be too sure. She don't count her out. Alpha and Sakura Blaze currently fighting tooth and nail, and oh, tries to pass, no good. Each of them going on through and still blocking through, going into the Yakuza loop. Less than a second, and there goes a knot. A knot immediately coming through, and oh no! Oh, the block! A knot gets blocked off! Oh, you hate to see it! The block! So that story's about to come to an end, going into lap number 2. Alpha, Sakura Blaze, and a knot slightly behind. Will be a 4-second difference. Not out of it yet, though. We've seen her come back from worse. Alpha is currently trying to hold out from Sakura Blaze. Still about little less than still about a third of a second spread, and even closer than that now. And oh, this is going to be, it contested on through. Alpha gets blatantly blocked off. Sakura Blaze now taking the lead and coming in, and okay, so it looks like a little bit of growth going in here from first and second place, trying to leave a knot in the dust. Going into the, here we go. A play is to be had. Going into the Yakuza loop. And wait a minute. Sneaks on through. Not taking the loop. Shortcut City. And you hate to see it. Going into lap 3. Sakura Blaze will be outright. Oh no, a knot has to take another lap. And bypassing the lap. This is a problem. Alpha is 13 seconds back. After taking an additional lap, he is 13 seconds back with a knot closing in on nearly 23 seconds behind. This is a wash, folks. Japan will be claiming the first win of the day if this keeps up. Sakura Blaze, unbelievable. Sakura Blaze sneaks on in and decided, no, I am not taking the loop. I am going to bypass the loop and take it. And that might have come back to bite her. She's going to have to take a second lap. And coming into the Yakuza loop. Oh, this is going to get close. This is going to be close. Coming into the Yakuza loop. And the chance squandered. A second lap, and once again, Sakura Blaze coasting comfortably in first place. And another set of loops for the both of them. And a knot takes over. And a knot will be taken. No. A knot gets overpassed by Alpha. And you hate to see it. The fight for second and third. That 23 seconds apart from first to last place, and 22 seconds from first to second. This is horrible. This is a wash. And the sounds of the Fuji Crimson conflagration already sounding what would be the inevitable victory. Mind you, wait a minute, hold up, thought a second lap. Is she trying to go for swag? Is she doing it for swag? She can afford a loop. She can't afford to. Wait, she's gonna do it again. Wait a minute. She might have through. Sakura Blaze might have through. She threw. Alpha coming in straight out the hunt. Yes, straight out the hunt. No way. You can't make this shit up! Alpha will be winning this! Burn! Second place to Sakura Blaze! And a knot will be coming in third. No fucking way! With all that swag, thinking she can take 2 loops, Alpha says, fuck you! I am taking this! Final time! 4 minutes, 42.222 seconds! Alpha will be our opening winner going into Osaka 2. Holy shit, you can't make this shit up. This is the anonymous marble telling you this is gonna be nice and juicy.